cancel my gym membership, you guys. Probably the opposite of what everyone's doing for January 1st. Do not forget, girl. Do not forget. But canceled. Gone. Like, we are ordering out today. It's just the first. Sorry. Come to the front. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sia and we are doing the first monthly budget reset of the year. Happy 2025. I have started putting my budget together, mostly put together for the first quarter of the year already, just because I wanted to get an idea of what Q1 of the year is going to look like. Of course, so much will change as it always does, but I wanted to give myself a little foundation for the year that shows me where my money should be going if I am on track with my goals. And if you missed my goals video, go look at that. That was the last video I posted where I did my goals for the year on my bingo cards. But anyway, let's jump into January's budget. So let's take a look at the full year review really quickly. So I put in, you'll see year-to-date income says $22,000. That is just my estimated income for the first 3 months of the year. Like I said, I already started putting in stuff for January, February, March. I don't know if that's actually what it's going to be. I just did close to what I've been getting, like been making in my income, maybe a little bit lower even as I'm working through my budget, which is something that I want to do more often, be a little bit more conservative. Of course, you guys know, if you've seen my budget videos before, I update the income on a weekly basis so that I actually see what I'm working with, what I have left over, etc. I am using the same tracker that I had last year and didn't really make any changes except for changing 2024 to 2025 because it works just fine as long as I am actually using the tool. And if you are interested in the budget tracker, it is linked down below, but if not, it's pretty easy to kind of make a really simple income minus expenses equals what's left over kind of budget if you want something super simple. But yeah, let's get into it. Of course, we gotta go over the goals for the year. Like I said, I already did a video on my goals, but I put in some like money focused goals in here, put some more numbers to it. So I have lowered my debt by $30,000, increased my net worth by $50,000, do 100% monthly budget and spend tracking. I want this to be filled out completely. Like I want to be doing updates weekly at least to make sure that this is filled out 100% and I'm just making sure I'm like staying on top of my goals. 4 is make 15K with social media, which is quite the push because I mean I made some money with social media, but very small amounts, like not worth really talking about. So making 15K sounds aggressive, but that just means I need to be aggressive in making sure I hit my goals. So let's go on to January, and in January I have my goals of the month. Let's get into that. So we have track expenses weekly. That's probably going to be a goal that's in there for each month. Let's not forget, girl, do not forget. Save for Beyonce's announcement January 14th. Listen, if we're going to get out of debt and we're going to do the right things with our money, we have to actually budget for the fun stuff as well. Give yourself that room. You won't do too much. You won't go overboard. That is the goal here, okay? And then put $300 towards my debt weekly, and that would be basically the same $300 that I was putting in my savings account, my joint savings account last year. We're stopping that for now, getting debt in order and stuff. So I'm just gonna throw that $300 towards debt instead. So it would have been going into the account, no questions asked. So it should be available to go towards my debt, right? I have budgeted, like I said, I put the budget together, and you guys know that I budget weekly because right now I get paid weekly. I did already get paid my first paycheck for the year, and I actually budgeted less than what I actually got paid. So that's sort of why I have like a left to budget amount here. I have to budget out the rest of that money. And before I even get into it, so what I did at the end of December is make sure that I went through all of my spend. So if you didn't see my video where I did a 2024 recap, a 2024 wrapped as the kids call it, for how much money I spent last year and what I did, definitely go check that out. Kind of fun. In doing that deep dive, I found some subscriptions that I don't need to spend my money on anymore. Subscriptions wasn't a huge bucket, but you know, it was still worth it to cancel them if I don't use them. Like Photoshop, again, I stopped using that. I think Canva I canceled, but I wouldn't be surprised if I add that back because I do use Canva. As long as I'm consistent with what I'm doing, I'll add that back. I had like MailChimp I had going. I just moved that to a free trial. I canceled my gym membership, you guys. Probably the opposite of what everyone's doing for January 1st. I canceled my $40 a month gym membership, but it was technically replaced with my Peloton membership, which is $44 a month, because as long as I have my bike, so I'm walking, I have my weights, I don't really need to go to the gym. The Stairmaster would be cool, but I haven't been making it to the gym anyways, like not that often. So, you know, that had to go. That may be all, maybe a little bit other, like maybe a few other business subscriptions that I had, but canceled, gone. So for this month, of course, I have my rent utility, I have some subscriptions that I put in here, credit card stuff, and you'll see like first debt that I'm tackling is a personal loan that I have for Laser Away, which I need to still make my way there for my laser facials. I'm paying for it, but I haven't been going, and it's probably would be super beneficial if I went. But that I want to pay off first. It's my lowest debt, and I am doing the snowball method for my debts outside of like any medical bills that I may owe. Small medical bills that I may owe, I'm not looking at them. Sorry, they're just gonna have to wait. If they don't accrue interest or anything like that, they'll be okay. So starting with Laser Away, so you'll see I have like the extra $300 going there, and then that should be done because it's, I think, just like $1,000, $900 to $1,000 left on that. And then we have Capital One. My Capital One card will be my next card that I'll be throwing money to. And in this $700 that I have showing here is the $300, or I'm expecting to have extra money as well at the end of the month that I'll put toward the credit cards as well. I have other rent and utilities, you know, some nails, money for my mom's rent. Big chunk had to go out today, and then, you know, saving a portion of it to help out for February as well. My video editor, definitely have to put money towards that. And then I have this thing that I'm doing with Mario where we're putting money into like our Apple Cash weekly for like ordering out. And not that we order out every week, but that is something that we do. And just to make sure it doesn't get out of hand, we kind of just want to have the cash sitting somewhere else to where we're like, okay, we can use this if we feel like ordering out today. The goal is to stick to meal prepped food anyways, or cooking. Like that'll be way more conducive, one, to our pockets and also to our fitness goals. But every once in a while we like to order out. Like we are ordering out today. It's just the first. Sorry. We didn't, you know, finish prepping for the holiday. This weekend we're gonna do our normal groceries and stuff and really start prepping week by week again. Make sure we have that money in there for the days that we do fall off. I do have a bit in clothing budget. This may or may not be spent. This is for a reason that I cannot disclose right now, but that is why I have some money in my clothing budget. There's a purpose, otherwise it probably wouldn't be there. I don't really need to buy any more clothes other than for this reason that I'll share with you guys, hopefully in the future. I want to put away money for Beyonce. I don't know why that's here. I have that in fun money for next week's pay. I don't know if it's gonna be a tour, you guys. If y'all are fans, y'all are stands, come to the front. I don't know if it's gonna be a tour or not, but if it is, I want to be prepared at least a little bit, okay? I know it's not gonna just cost me $250. We'll see what happens, what goes on. It's not, then cool. That money's back in my pocket and can probably go to debt. So for the month of January, we're looking at maybe an income of $8,725 for this month. That is with me getting paid 5 times this month. So for overall for January, we have $450 for business, $2,314 to go into credit cards, $250 for entertainment, $125 for food delivery, $400 for groceries. We have upped the grocery budget this year because we've noticed we are spending more. Plus we include anything for the house into that grocery budget. So instead of $150 every other week per person, $150 every other week that we would budget, we're now doing $200 every other week, $1,287 going to loans, $188 for personal care, $1,674 for rent and utilities, $250 for shopping, $78 for subscription, and $1,527 for family. And nothing for savings because that is not the focus right now, and the emergency fund thankfully is fully funded. But yeah, you guys, that is January budget. I do have a note up here that says plan travel to the East Coast because I want to go see my nephew so bad, but I don't think that'll be this month. probably next month, and what we'll probably do is pull some money from savings to just book it right away and then like replenish that so we don't have to really worry about it too much. But stay tuned on that. That is the plan for Q1. You know I like to do a zero-based budget, and so I'm going to do something with this 181. Clearly I need to hold on to something. There's some times where I am budgeting a little bit more than I'm potentially getting paid that week. So I may just go into a little buffer account, which is normally what I do anyway. Make sure I have a little bit of a buffer because you never know what'll come up, and I don't really want to dig into my savings if I don't have to. I am so excited to keep doing these this year. I will be consistent and not like post 4 months in a row and then skip a few months. Like I promise to be consistent. I will do a mid-month check-in because like I said, I will be tracking the actuals every week. So I'll do a mid-month check-in and let you guys know how it's going. But if you have any questions, if you want me to go over the full budget template and like show you guys exactly how to work it, because there's so much to it, but once it's all put together, it's super easy to then update yourself and like just move things over, and super quick once everything is, you know, set in place that represents your lifestyle. Let me know if you want me to do that. I would be more than happy to. Yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.